Hey, everybody. We have a lot of people joining early. Get a little bit of chatter going. Hey, Josh, I can see you there. So we have Josh from Google here with us. I'm going to introduce him in a little bit here, but first I wanted to get to something that, last week we were talking about the Run Home 2020. Who here is part of the Run Home 2020? Just raise your hand in the video if you have it open. Jeff Moore, you're looking pretty excited. Mike Corzo, Kathy, both Kathys, Kathy and Michelle, you're in on it too. Nice. So I wanted to give a shout out to all the partners who are taking part in that in the Run Home contest. How has it been going so far? I'd love to hear from the partners who are taking part. How's it going? Mike, you have one opportunity on the board. How's the contest going?
I've got at least 2 that I closed. I've probably got 5 within the next week to 10 days. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's good. Get them in because we're going to be closing it down, I think, late on the 17th so that we can celebrate the winner on our partner jam session next week on Friday, December 18th. So make sure that you get those opportunities created and get them logged and tagged. All the instructions here, I'll share my screen again here. All the instructions, so everybody who registered, you should have received invite to this document here, and you can comment on it, you can view it. Here's again how to play. Dom created this nice little Loom video if you have any questions for how to create it, how to tag it. And you got who wants to see what the leaderboard looks like? See a couple of people interested. Michael Watkins, for sure. We're gonna do it just for Michael Watkins here today. All right, let's see. Nice. So Coronel is, wow, he is taking that top spot right now with 21. Mike Corzo looks like he might be able to catch up a little bit to one of the top spots.
It's always the admin, Andy, isn't it? I bet you there's some deals there haven't been tagged.
Yeah. Oh,
no
yeah,
sandbagging.
For sure.
No sandbagging.
Don't be a sandbagger. Get them in this week. I can see Michelle M up here. Michelle, is this you? You got four closed won opportunities. I don't know. I can't see you on my screen. Michelle Matkovich, is that you on part of this here? Do you want to unmute and share some insights or a little bit of context to these opportunities that you've been winning?
Well, I have a private Facebook group that I've been working with, and that's where I've just been pulling a lot of opportunities from. And then I was a guest speaker for a brand in my niche. So I just have a list that I'm just generating, and then they're also in my group. So it's really cool I'm not really doing much, just by running a little bit of a Facebook group. And every day I go in and I add more salon owners and independent hairstylists. And I go in and say hi to their messenger, and then they end up following me and then asking me what it's about. And then I give them a free online toolkit, and then I start a campaign, and then I just kind of check back with them through Facebook.
That is awesome. Do you mind if we unpack that a little bit with your Facebook group? How did you get that started, and how do you get more salon owners involved?
Well, Facebook has, great algorithms. So if you're searching and looking at salons or your niche, it's automatically going to recommend salon owners or similar. So I just go in and make sure that they're an owner, because I really want owners more so, or independent. So that's how I do it. That's it. It's simple. Just kind of go in and I'm connected to a bunch of groups already, if that makes sense. So within those groups, I go in those groups and I'm hitting up all them.
Nice.
It's like my whole news feed is different now. I don't even know anybody in my news feed. So that's the only downfall, because you get all these new friends. In order to be communicate on Facebook, you have to be their friend. Sometimes it goes into a hidden message. So it's always wise to friend them first and then send them a message so they get it.
Nice. That's a great way to leverage social selling. And we talk a lot about getting engaged with associations and groups and everything, but joining some groups and using the power of social selling.
Yeah, so
that's a great example.
I'm a member of, are kind of the people I am because I want to work with people like me. So there's thousands of people in those groups. And I mean, I have like 250 in mine. That's it right now. And I just build it slowly.
Nice.
Yeah.
How is anybody else using that strategy? I really like that because that reminds me of top of funnel activities. Engaging with a lot of different people, a lot of different associations and groups, so that you can connect with them in a place where they like to be connected with. It sounds like they use a lot of Facebook Messenger. It makes sense for them. Anybody else leveraging that type of strategy? Social selling, getting connected with associations and groups. Adam McNeil?
Yeah, I did this once last year, and I'm about to start doing it again now that I have more time. And I just realized that there were so many people in so many small business owners in London, Ontario, where I worked, that just found the marketing world so overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
It's overwhelming, and they're just like, there's so much to learn, don't even know where to start, right? And moreover, some people who've maybe had experiences with some less than reputable people, and so they're gun shy, right? And so it can be tough to get that trust. So I set up a Facebook group last year, and I'm gonna reopen it for London clients. And the way I did it, I was sort of just offering marketing advice to anybody who showed up for free. The catch was that anyone who wanted to talk about their site or how we could optimize it or improve it, anyone else got to watch and listen to that conversation so they could learn as well. And I got 2 clients out of it, out of about I don't know how many sessions I did, only 3 or 4.
Well, I had the lucky
Nice.
advantage of being in the industry for the last 18 years and then closing all of my salons and med spas. So I have a reputation that kind of helps me have the credibility. So I'm so lucky to be, through that part of that trust factor with the niche I'm going through. But I just say join the groups within your community too, because there's opportunity there to search.
Awesome. Well, thanks for kicking it off. We love sharing those success stories and those strategies. So thank you for your input, and welcome to the second last community session of 2020. Getting geared up for the holiday season, and we have a lot of great stuff to speak about today. And before we get going, a couple of housekeeping items. We do record these sessions, and then we share the recordings in the community afterwards. So just so everybody is aware. And we're going to run this session a little bit differently today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce our presenter here, Josh, who is a strategic partner manager for Google My Business, who has prepared a fantastic presentation for all of us today. What I would encourage everybody to do is we're going to hold the questions until the end, so Josh and our team can do their presentation, and then we'll have a full discussion right at the end. So as always, a little bit for the folks who are just joining here for the first time, I would encourage you to get in the chat and just chat amongst yourselves, ask questions. So ask questions throughout the presentation, and then we'll get to the questions afterwards, and let's have a discussion. But one thing that's really important about the Conquer Local community here is engaging with other like-minded business owners, with other partners in the community. And so I encourage you to get in the chat, and maybe just so that everybody can find that chat function, go in the chat right now and just put in how many community sessions you've joined and where you're calling in from. Let's just start with that. How many community sessions you've joined and where you're joining us from today, just so we know that everybody has a little bit of time to find that chat feature, and you can kind of see where everybody's calling in from and reach out to somebody if you want to connect a little bit more afterwards. So with that being said, thanks for joining. We do this every Friday. So I hope that you can join us, moving forward. I wanted to give a shout out to some of our viewers who catch these on the replay because, we have an international community of partners. So I want to give a big shout out to Thomas Mueller, who has been reached out watching the replays. Just wanted to say thank you. And, I don't want to take up any more time, but Josh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm all ears, Andrew. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yeah, I can hear you great. So thank you very much for joining our community session here. Again, Josh, strategic partner manager for Google My Business, has joined us today as a fantastic presentation. Josh, I'll leave it with you. Would you mind doing a brief introduction for the group here, and then you can get right into your presentation.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me today. Yeah. It's my first time calling in from Los Angeles. Can you guys hear me? Oh, can you hear me all right, Andrew?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Perfect. Yeah, calling in from Los Angeles. Been with Google for about 7 years. Quite a long bit of time, and all 7, maybe I'd say 6, have all been with Google My Business. And then as my role as a strategic partner manager over here at Google, we aim to help our GMB partners or Google My Business partners in our featured partner program, grow their platform. And obviously to help their customers and their merchants, their consumers, help their businesses grow with our GMB product.
Awesome. Well, that's great. And you're going to be walking us through just a little bit about Google My Business optimization. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. And it would be primarily focused on exactly that, Google My Business, and it's all the amazing features that we have to offer, and as well as the current local search trends that we're seeing based on several studies that we've performed over the last few years, dating back to 2016 all the way to 2019.
Nice.
And I'm not a big Zoom user, as also the fact that they banned us. So I'm just trying to find the present button. If you could help me out there, Andrew.
Oh yeah, you bet. So if you kind of hover your cursor over where you'll probably see everybody's faces, you'll see the chat feature at the bottom of the screen up here. And if you click on chat, then, or no, sorry, not chat, screen share. If you click on the screen share,
Oh, got it.
and then you can select your window of choice, and then you'll need to confirm and select share again. And Josh, I imagine that you use your Google Hangouts and Google Meets, and I gotta say, that addition of breakout rooms and Q&A, you know what? I like it, Josh. So a little bit of feedback.
Awesome. Can everybody see that presentation before I go to full screen or present mode?
Yeah, I can see your screen there.
All right, sounds good. Let me go ahead and turn that off for bandwidth's sake. Cool. Can you see that, Andrew?
Perfect. I got it full screen here.
Sweet. Okay. Well, again, thank you so much, Vandasa and Andrew, for having me today. Today, I'll be going over the current local search trends, like I mentioned, and basically overall how Google My Business can help businesses and businesses you own grow online. So before we dive in, over the last few years, we have seen a drastic shift in consumer behavior overall when it comes to performing a search on the internet. So with that being said, we are seeing that less and less people are utilizing or using a desktop computer to perform said search for a business, and instead are gravitating towards using a mobile smartphone. And because we are in an age where information can be returned instantly to the palm of our hands due to the creation of the mobile smartphone, right? So we as consumers are going online more and more than ever to search for local needs. In a recent study, we identified that local mobile searches have increased about maybe around 50% over the last year, and we only expect this figure to continue to rise. So what exactly are consumers searching for? Well, about 1 in 5 searches performed on Google are related to a location. More specifically, usually that location is a business. For example, our studies revealed that over again 1 in 5 searches are for a location, and over 5 billion searches were performed just for example, for restaurants over the last month. So today, the majority of customers are finding businesses not by searching a specific name like the McDonald's and Starbucks of the world, but by searching for similar businesses in their area, like coffee shops in Los Angeles. And although traditional forms of advertising, such as billboards, newspaper ads, are still prevalent today, about or more than 75% of people 75% of people near you are actually utilizing a search engine. And out of that 75% that are utilizing a search engine to find businesses online, they're actually using the Google search engine. So that's a pretty big number out of that 75%. This figure alone depicts the sheer importance and value for businesses to have an active presence in the digital, the digital marketplace to keep up with this growing search trend. And as previously mentioned, consumers are looking for businesses based on by their location. With this, we see that in the U.S. alone, we are seeing 9 times more searches in the U.S. being performed with the phrase "near me" or "near me tonight" or something along that similar vein since 2016. And lastly, businesses that have a online profile, or in other words, a Google My Business listing or a Google My Business profile that's on Google Search and Maps, receive 5 times more views if actively updated. However, creating a Google My Business listing simply to be found on Google Search and Google Maps usually isn't enough to keep up with these current search trends. Today's consumers are searching beyond a business name and address. They are looking for what we like to call two key things here, and that would be context and connection. So with context being the more granular details of a business, while connection being the ability to easily interact or contact a business. So with our recent studies, studies have shown that about a third of consumers are explicitly looking for information like store hours or customer reviews. And in terms of connection, 68% of consumers value the ability to easily contact with the business directly through either some type of online platform or their smartphone. So I guess the question that comes right after that is, how can businesses take advantage of these current trends? Well, the clear answer, obviously, today is to create a Google My Business profile, or a Google My Business listing. And many of you that are listening in today are most likely familiar with Google My Business, but for those who are not, Google My Business is a free and easy to use tool where businesses of different sizes, from small to medium to those large chain corporate brands in the world, can manage their online presence and the information that their consumers can see across our 2 main platforms, which is Google Search and Google Maps. With that being said as well, Google My Business also generates over 3 billion connections every month. And again, that connection is from consumer to business directly. That's being able to contact them through their smartphone or even just through the online via desktop. And so with that said, by creating a Google My Business profile, you'll be able to stand out and to highlight the uniqueness of your business. 2, or B, simplify and expand how consumers can find your business online and see that it allows you to build a reputation that will keep customers coming back. So once you've created your Google My Business profile, the most important step here to being found online is to get it verified. So simply just creating it, once you use your Google account and you create your profile, it's not technically on Google search and it's not on Maps just yet. The most important thing to do here is the next step, which is getting it verified. And there's so many different types of verification. However, the most common ones is our standard verification methods here that most small to medium-sized businesses use. Can utilize email, phone, / text or SMS. However, the postcard option is always available when it comes to getting your Google My Business profile or listing online. However, if you are a business with 10 or more locations utilizing the same naming convention, so again, that would be the larger brands like the McDonald's and the Starbucks of the world, we have something called bulk verification, which allows you to create and verify GMB or Google My Business profiles at scale. And for businesses who have verified their business website through the Google Search Console, you may receive the option to just instantly verify your Google My Business profile instantly. So that's a pretty nifty option as well. However, again, like I mentioned, simply just creating a GMB profile and getting it online usually isn't enough in today's competitive online digital space. So that brings to this next topic, why it's important to not just only have a verified GMB profile, but to also be actively updating your profile or your listing. So let's take these two profiles, for example. The one here that we call on the left an empty listing. So it's just a bare bones. So say that, for example, you just created your GMB profile and you just enter the bare bones or minimum amount of information. While we see here with the profile on the right, we like to call a complete or rich data GMB profile. Let's see, okay. So with the profile on the right, or what we like to call a complete listing, right? It's going to oh, I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So, sorry about that. You'll receive 2.7 times more likely to be considered a reputable business. B, you'll receive 7 times more clicks compared to the empty listing that we see here on the left. 70% more likely to actually attract in-store physical location visits, and D, it's 50% more likely to lead to a purchase. So those are some pretty big numbers and some pretty serious results and impact that you can see with having an updated and actively managed GMB profile. And just to keep adding on why Google My Business is so great. So again, with the complete or rich data listing, 42% more direction requests for business photos. We also see that 96% of customers are more likely to visit your business just if you add your hours of operation, as well as 90% of customers are more likely to visit just if you add your phone number. And believe it or not, there are so many business owners out here today that use GMB or Google My Business that don't add either or. So sometimes you'll see they'll have a website but no phone number, or they'll have a phone number but no photos. But you can see that the more that you do with the various features of Google My Business, the bigger the results. Awesome. So in the next few sections of this presentation, I'd like to share some of those great GMB features that I've been plugging and go over them through, into more detail. But before we dive into that, I believe that the Vendasta team would like to share how their platform and their partnership with Google My Business can be that all-in-one, one-stop shop solution for Google My Business and for their customers. And I believe that would be Greg or
Yeah,
Luca.
awesome. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I think Greg and Luca have something to present here as well from our side. So, so Josh, if you'd like to stop sharing your screen now, and then I think Greg and Luca have something to present.
Yeah, good day, everyone. Just give me 2 seconds. Just gonna get
Perfect.
things set up here.
So Greg and Luca, while you're getting things set up, would you mind doing a brief intro for the community here? Who you are, what you do at Vendasta, and what your favorite flavor of pop or soda might be, if you feel like sharing that information.
Sure, I can go first. My name is Greg. I'm the Core Services and Communications Manager for Marketing Services within Vendasta. I've been with Vendasta for just shy of 2 years now. I've worked in marketing services my entire time with Vendasta, and I've kind of been overseeing a few different things. I worked with one of our bigger partners as a marketing strategist, took over as team lead for that specific team. And now I've kind of moved up into this management role where I'm kind of overseeing a lot of the different listings and reputation, some of the social pieces that happen within our marketing services division, and kind of bridging the gap between some of the product teams and some of the marketing services teams, and how we can kind of make things better year over year. That's me. Luca?
Hi, everyone. So I'm Luca, and I'm a content marketing strategist. So I've been with Vendasta for just over a year, and I started off in content. So I was writing social pieces for partners, blogs, web copy, that kind of thing. And just for the last few months, I've moved over into more of a SKU management role. So I help with product releases, and lots of presentations, things like that. So yeah, that's me.
Cool. Well, I'll get started. I'm not going to take too much of your time. We just figured we'd briefly touch on a few of the things that Vendasta does with our owned and operated products, as well as a few services that our marketing services division offers. First and foremost, though, can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Loud and clear.
That's the hardest part of being in this remote setting, is making sure that everyone can actually hear what I'm trying to say. So let's get this going. As we mentioned, my name is Greg. That's Luca. We'll be presenting here, and of course, at the end of the session, if you have any questions about the things we present on, we'll be happy to try and answer some of those questions as we go. So as you know, Vendasta is the only end-to-end commerce platform for selling digital solutions to local businesses. We do have an extensive list of products and services available in our marketplace, and this is built through forged partnerships with channel partners, service providers, other verticals of business. I know a lot of this is going to be things that you may have already heard before, or things and services that you may be intimately familiar with, but we figured we'd go over them anyway, just to kind of give that little plug before we get back to the man of the hour. In our own backyard, we have teams of developers that build and iterate on our owned and operated products and services. I want to highlight just a few of these today and touch on the few ways that they can assist with businesses' presence on Google. So if you can see this slide here, we have Customer Voice, Listing Builder, Social Marketing, and Reputation Management. Customer Voice is a tool that allows you to take lists of contacts, and send out requests either individually or in bulk for customers to leave reviews on a variety of review sources, including directly to a Google My Business listing. Listing Builder allows customers to take information that they want to see on their listings, sync it with a variety of sources directly to that information. If you have a verified GMB listing, this tool can be used to easily fix outdated information. Social marketing is a great way to get engagement on a Google My Business listing and post to it. You can easily post text, images, and links to connected Google My Business listings to start building engagement and getting more information about your business out there to the public. And just for reference, I did see this question come in. I figured I would address it now, but yes, GMB listing posts do last 7 days before they're archived. You can see them on your listing and you can manage them from there, but they do get archived after 7 days. Reputation management, just to continue where I left off. If you want to answer reviews, manage listings, and focus on building a strong reputation, you can look no further. This tool allows you to do all of that and more under one login. And again, this is a place where you can manage that GMB listing through Vendasta's platform. So 40 million, 20,000, and 200. As you can see, these are the numbers of small and medium-sized businesses that we've served, the number of channel partners that we work with, and the number of resellable products available in our marketplace. 2021 was a big year for us. Not only did Google make us a featured partner, thank you, Josh, but we also hit a major milestone of having helped over 100,000 SMBs claim their Google My Business listings. As you can see, when a business is found online based on the data that Josh shared, it must be correct in order to get the proper engagement and get the proper results that you're looking for. Consistently correct business information like website information, phone numbers, addresses, these are just building signs of trust through search engines and through Google. Our products and services, as you can see, can help with this. In our marketing services division, shameless plug from me and my team, we offer 4 products designed to help businesses verify, claim, and optimize their Google My Business listings. As Josh mentioned, they can consistently update their profile to get up to 5 times or more views. These products are broken down into a few key levels depending on the type of services that a business is looking for. These products address claiming and verifying Google My Business listings, continually optimizing listings month over month, posting to the GMB Knowledge Panel, and then a combination of all 3 through the Google My Business Management Service. My computer froze there for a moment, I apologize. Not only can our team help your clients build and keep GMB updated, but we can also help them build and stand out with fresh, relevant content and respond to reviews in a timely manner. Now, I'm sure you're sick of me and my shameless plugs, so I apologize for taking this time, but I hope you found it informative and insightful, and let's get back to Josh. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Greg. Thanks so much, Luca. Let me go ahead and reshare my screen. All right. Seem to have lost audio. Can you hear me all right, Andrew, still?
I can still hear you.
Okay,
What I'm seeing on the screen though is the Vendasta slides. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I think I got the business information there, so I can hear
Okay.
you and I can see your slides.
Awesome. And again, thanks, Andrew, and thanks, Greg. Thanks, Luca, for sharing that. So back on to the topic of the various features that we have to offer that that can help your profile, your online your GMB profile stand out. The ability to display the right business information is most important, just like Greg mentioned. As discussed earlier, context here is key when consumers are looking for a business. So displaying again the correct address, providing the hours of operation, adding a description, all that great stuff will help customers locate the desired business online. So for example, we've discovered that 54% of consumers are actually looking for businesses opening hours. So again, if you have that rich data listing, that rich Google My Business profile, and you only add your business name and your address and a phone number, that's not quite enough. So you want to fill it as much as possible and accurately as possible. Moving on, the feature of uploading photos is another key component, I feel, to having what we call that complete profile. Consumers are definitely curious to know what type of business they're about to visit nowadays, right? So from the staff to the ambiance, you can definitely turn all those photos that you upload, those snaps, into sales. With adding dynamic or uploading dynamic photos of the property and your amenities and the products and services that your business offers. So that we also see that 90% of consumers are most likely to make an in-person or physical store visit, while at the same time a 42% increase in requests for driving directions are also apparent when simply just uploading any photos to your GMB profile. So for businesses that have yet to launch a website, merchants have the option to create a website for free, and it's completely customizable to a degree, obviously, to fit your guys' needs or your business's needs. And yes, free web hosting. So we do generate like some type of unique URL, but that URL is as well is customizable. So that's pretty neat. So by having a website URL just present on your Google My Business profile, we see from our study that 70% of consumers are more likely to make a purchase from the business, again, just by having that website URL present on your GMB profile. And then with that said, to help promote your products, your promotions, your events that you'll be holding at your business, we have what we call Google Posts, like Greg mentioned. We also have our product catalog, and as well as other custom sections. Utilizing these features overall can definitely increase traffic, and I definitely feel that these features can catch a consumer's attention really quickly. And based on our studies, we see that 50% of consumers are either looking for some type of deal, promotion, or discount when searching a business online. And then we also have what we call our messaging feature. Again, as mentioned earlier in the presentation, consumers are really looking for those two things again, this context and connection. And messaging is one of the facilitators or features that can facilitate connection. So with the messaging functionality, this allows the consumer to directly contact and have a conversation with whoever's on the other line at the business. Usually it's on an iPad or a smartphone here, obviously. And again, this is what consumers are looking for, is that deep connection or that quick connection to the business directly. So just to plug that data point again, 68% of consumers are looking for the easiest way to connect directly with a business, just through the mobile phone. And last but not least, we have what we call Google customer reviews, or just reviews in general, and where that allows the merchant the ability to read and respond to customers' reviews. Personally, I cannot stress how important I believe that this feature is. When it comes to reviews, as we see it as an opportunity for the business to improve their customer relations, and as well as to build a positive reputation online, and that definitely reflects in the real world. So more importantly, our research has shown that around 66% of consumers say that positive customer reviews when they're searching for businesses or where to shop, it plays a really huge factor when it comes to determining if they're going to make that actual in-store physical visit. And I know that was a lot of information to digest over the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But if there is something to take away from today's presentation, is that if you create your Google My Business profile, it allows you to stand out, and by adding the most accurate information as possible to your GMB profile, and B, engaging with your customers is really important. Again, that's the ability to connect and to provide that context for your potential consumers. And then the C, utilizing GMB or Google My Business and having that updated, rich, complete profile will allow you to find new customers with the data we can provide you, utilizing what we call insights. And then just to reiterate again, just to stand out, make sure everything is up to date. Don't be like the profile that you saw earlier on the phone on the left. Add your address, add everything that you can think of, add a unique merchant description, add your hours as well, as much as you can. Again, with the whole idea of it being able to engage, it's extremely important nowadays because, again, we're living in an age where information can be rapidly sent to the palm of our hands. So being a business that's in the 21st century and being able to quickly respond to a consumer's question or customer's question is really important nowadays. And then here again, with finding new customers, utilizing all that data that we can provide through Google My Business Insights to help you improve your business as well as improve your reputation online. Great. I think that's it.
That is awesome. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Give it up for Josh and Greg and Luca. Thank you for preparing that presentation and walking us through a lot of that. It's great to hear the research and the insights so we can help our community and help our local businesses. So big thank you. Next week will be our last session for the 2020 year, and then we'll be back again in January 2021. So again, thank you again to Greg, Luca, and Josh for joining us today. And thank you to everybody for joining the session. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and be well and stay safe. We'll see you in the community.